And this how we gonna do it. Dale! 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. I know you.
Hello, guys, and welcome to Let's Talk Fantasy. This is a new podcast made by three sports journalism students that should like have a conversation about fantasy Premier League. By no means are we pros, but we do it week in, week out, and we know a little bit about it. So we thought, why not? So first of all, I'm your host, Harrison Kidd, and I'm also joined by Tobias Hunt and Garen Scapens. Boys, how you doing?
I'm good, thanks. And yourself?
Yeah, good, thanks. Tobias, how are you? Yeah, good. So, looking at our league, we have a league together called the Fantasy Pod. As you can see, I'm in third position, sadly, with 1,434 points. Garen is in second place on 1,464, and Tobias is in first place on 1,656. But we'll move on from that one because I think Tobias' head will grow, but it's fine. So last game, week in 27. I'll go with you first, Tobias. Who was your goalkeeper?
Yeah, I went with Edouard Mendy. I tossed up between him and Pickford. I got them both in my squad, but they were playing each other last week. But since Tuchel come in with Chelsea, they've been good at the back. So Mendy, clean sheet, 6 points, happy days.
Garen, who'd you have?
Last week I had Martinez from Villa and Gaeta from Palace, and they both played and both had enormous amount of points. But I went with Martinez this week, and boy, was that worth it because he got 7 and Gaeta got nothing.
Wait, I thought, who did Villa play?
I don't know.
Good question.
Wolves. They played Wolves.
I thought they played Wolves.
Yeah, 0-0 against Wolves.
Yeah, I was in a similar thing. I had Martinez. I've had him for a long time. I've just stuck with him because he's a great keeper, isn't he? Yeah. So how many clean sheets have Villa kept this season? I think they have maybe the most, or top 3 with. I know City up there as well, but he's got me quite a lot of points.
Yeah.
Tobias, who's your defence?
Back 3 I played with this week. Matt Target at Villa, 6 points. Sanchez, Spurs, 2 points. I had John Stones, double game week, and someone only got 1 point. So, bit of a meal.
We'll feel that pain.
Gary, who'd you go with?
Well, I also went for a Villa defender in Consa, another 6 points, thanks to the clean sheet. And then again, went with Stones for the double game week and got the 1 point. And then Pereira from Leicester, as a defender, even though you're not playing there, they still conceded against Brighton, so only 2 points from him.
Leicester,
he's been playing on the wing, hasn't he?
So dodgy team. Stay away from Leicester, please.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, he's been playing on the wing, hasn't he? So it's not bad. If you look at it, you think about it, it's not a bad shout. And I had a bit of a meh. I went for a 4 at the back with Cancelo, Stones, Trent, and Rudiger. Which got me a combined of 3 points, even though Cancelo and Stones got a double game week. But then, because Rudiger didn't play, he's on a bench. But I went the same thinking that Spike went with. I went, Chelsea have been keeping clean sheets galore. Rudiger's been one of their best players. Surely he's going to play, but obviously didn't play, so...
It could be worse. I benched Shaw because I thought City would roll United, and he's got 14 points sat there on the bench, so it's not going to be there.
Oh, I seen a stat the other day saying the 2 double game weeks City have had, Cancelo's only got 3 points combined.
Really?
Mad.
Wow. I mean, I don't have faith in the City players anymore because you never know who's going to play, but...
Playing Pep
I know, it's a guessing game.
Yeah, Pep Roulette for sure.
I'd love to have that squad depth for my team, but it's fine. So, Spike, who'd you go with for your midfield?
I got Mane, had him all season, 1 point. I bought in Saka this week, only had a point. Gundogan, 10 points, and I captained Kevin De Bruyne for 32 points. So I've got saved, I think, by De Bruyne yesterday.
I think this is the problem we've all had because... Well, Garen, I'll let you explain your team now.
Well, I do have the same problem as I have captain De Bruyne, so that's the same 32 points from the same week. I had Tillemans in there, which is all right because he did get an assist, but then a yellow card as well means he only got 4 in the end when they played Brighton. and then add Lingard in as well. As soon as he's gone to West Ham, he has become one of the best players in the league without a doubt. And not even a question about that. But his game was a nightmare because he got points for the minutes. He scored a goal. He got a clean sheet. Then he missed the penalty and scored the rebound and got a yellow card. So he got 5 points in the end.
Well, 5 minutes in, man,
then-
Russ did think he got sent off, so you got away with that, bro.
It did make me believe it. And then, yeah, I had Sterling as well for the double game week. And he only got the 2 points for playing United, and that was it.
Yeah, that's something I was on about earlier. I went with De Bruyne for a captain as well, which is obviously, not the best, seeing as though we all went for him. But he got me 32 points. Salah got me 2. He's someone I've kept in since the start. Saka got me 1, and then Fernandes got me 10 points, which is decent. Actually turned up against a big team for once, so it was all right. Should we move on to the attack now? Tobias, would you go for your attack?
Yeah, and Calvert-Lewin, 2 points. Ollie Watkins in Villa, 2 points, and then this is what won me this week. Harry Kane, 19 points, a couple of goals, couple of assists. So not a bad day.
Yeah.
Go on, Garen.
Could have been any better. Well, the only one I didn't have out of Spike's front three is Kane, and I replaced him with Vardy, who also got 2 points. So 6 points out of my 3 strikers went brilliantly.
Well, I only had 5, don't worry. I had 2 off Calvert-Lewin, 2 off Watkins, and then Keenan Davis came on.
Keenan Davis.
Was meant to be... Exactly, he was on my bench, but he got me a point, so, could be worse. Well, yeah, well. But, moving on anyway. Game week 28.
What was your overall points?
Have you made any transfers, boys? Pardon?
What was your overall points you had this week?
Yeah, go on. I had 60. Garen, what do you have?
65. 65 I had in the end.
Lucky boys. 82.
Exactly.
You're so lucky you had Kane.
It's not luck, boys. It's knowledge. There's a difference.
The thing is he's that far ahead now, is that we just can't pick the same team as him because we've got to catch up somehow. So you can't go for the obvious players.
I advise you all to get rid of Kevin De Bruyne then, because you're not going to catch me otherwise. So,
well, maybe I have.
We'll soon find out.
We'll find out now, won't we? Should we look at game week 28 then?
Go for it.
Let's go.
Right, so have you made any transfers? I'll go you first, Tobias. Have you made any transfers this week?
I've gone for 1 transfer in my whole squad. I had Luke Thomas, Leicester defender, in. I've got rid of him. And it might be a ballsy move, but I bought in Nat Phillips, Liverpool centre-half.
Really?
Right.
I thought last night against Leipzig, I thought he was class. My man of the match. I know Liverpool have been dodgy at the back, but I think if Fabinho plays midfield as well, I think Liverpool against Wolves, they're not a very high-scoring team. I think clean sheet there. And he's come into my starting team. And I brought Pickford in over Mendy because I think Everton got Burnley and Chelsea playing Leeds. And Leeds are a proper attacking side, so I've gone for him. And I brought in Bertrand Traore into the starting team over Saka as well because I think Arsenal got Spurs this week. So
Who have Southampton got?
There's who got Southampton.
Who have Southampton got, yeah.
I don't got Southampton player. You got Brighton, I think, though. I got down
So you said you brought in Bertrand.
Bertrand Traore.
No,
Traore. Ryan Bertrand.
Go on, Garen, do you want to... You made any transfers or?
Well, I brought Shaw back into the starting 11 for a starter because I should never have left him out. And then I brought in Cresswell for... I can't actually remember now. It was my other defender for Stones. That's what I brought him in for. And he's not even going to start. He's just on the bench. But it's just the back three of Pereira, Concert, and Shaw. And then I did get rid of De Bruyne. And I did get rid of El Neni, who I had on the bench. Because Lingard can't play this week. So he's on the bench anyway. Because they're playing United. And brought in Bale and Son. Even though they got Arsenal. But that's more for the week after that.
That's a big move, that is, Russ.
Yeah. Well, putting a lot of faith in that. Well, because you've got Kane already, so it's like, I'm not bringing in him.
Bale's on form, isn't he? So
yeah, watch him drop off now against Arsenal. But So yeah, still got Sterling and Tielemans in midfield with them, and still got Calvert-Lewin and Watkins, and I took out Vardy and bought in Bamford, which I'm not too sure on at all.
No, well, I'm a similar sort of thing. Well, but just putting this out there, we don't know each other's teams before we do this, do we?
No.
So I've taken out Trent.
Yeah.
I'm putting
Really?
Phillips.
No. That's class.
And then I've taken Stones out. And I've put in, well, because recently I got Cancelo anyway. So recently, obviously, you never know with Pep who's gonna play in what games. So I've just stuck with Cancelo and brought Diop in, which looking back at it, I'm not too sure about.
Who West Ham playing?
United.
United, and
Yeah.
they got Spurs, I think. Is it Spurs? No, they got Arsenal after as well. So I don't know why.
Yeah.
Well, the only reason I've done it because he was cheap, and then
Mm.
I took Saka out and I bought Bale in.
Ah, great.
You got Bale.
Yeah.
Lovely. I thought it'd be different, but obviously not.
At this point, I have captain Son, so hopefully it won't do too much difference with you having Bale in.
Who's your captain?
Yeah. I gone for Salah because obviously I always go for Salah.
That's why you're third in the league.
I know. Well, I think he's top scorer, but he hasn't done much recently. Who've you gone for captain?
I stayed away from City because obviously we don't know what's going on. So I've gone Kane captain. I think his record against Arsenal. He's got like 11 goals in 12 games. So there's a Kane goal in there somewhere. So I've gone Kane.
Yeah. And who'd you say your standout player is? You think maybe not your captain, but could make a difference to you this game week?
Well, other than Kane, I think I got Nat Phillips at the back. I think he's the one to watch. Clean sheet coming. Him and Kabak, nice little partnership. So I'll say Phillips.
And what about you, Garen?
Well, I would say Son for a start because I do think he does do the most. I mean, I'd put Sterling as my captain if I knew he was definitely going to play, but I don't know if he is. And yeah, other than that, I mean, I guess Bamford could do some damage against Chelsea because you never know how Leeds are going to turn up. But Chelsea's record is actually quite good defensively. So
yeah, did you both say you got De Bruyne, or have you taken De Bruyne?
No,
I still got him.
I would say De Bruyne because he's playing against Fulham away, but Fulham have been quite good defensively, haven't they?
Yeah, but De Bruyne started the last 3 games, hasn't he? And Pep's he's only just come back from injury as well. So I'm thinking I don't even know if he'll play, to be honest. So I've got Saka on the bench to come on for him anyway. But
yeah. I think my standout player will probably be Bale against Arsenal. In the North London derby, and it should be a good game. And Bale's been on good form recently, so hopefully he can bag a few in.
Watch now.
I do hope so.
You two bought Spurs players in. Spurs will be awful again now.
I know.
Probably, but the reason I made those transfers was for the week after as well.
Oh yeah, we'll move on to that game week 29 then. There's only 4 games, has?
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking as well. I wanted to try and get some Spurs players in. That's why I thought Bale could be a good option. Because obviously Villa have got Spurs. Have you got many of those players, boys, for Villa and Spurs?
Yeah, well, I
5 at the moment.
Yeah, I got Kane. I got 3 Villa players. But what are you gonna do with your Villa players, Russ? If you got Spurs players now as well,
just leave them in. Even if they get 1 point, it's better than no points that week, isn't it?
Yeah, I got Martinez, Bale. In this game, Martinez, Bale, and Watkins. For the next game, Brighton, Newcastle. I'm guessing you don't have any of them.
Yeah, I got Dan Burn on my bench, so he'll come in next week. Nice little clean sheet there.
I think Newcastle win. So
Fulham, Leeds, any of them players?
Nope.
I've got Bamford is starting, and I've got that Struck on the bench because he's just cheap and he does come on every now and then. But I'm not too sure Fulham will actually do better in that game anyway. So I'm not too sure on the Leeds players in that anyway.
Yeah, and the last game for the game week 29 will be West Ham Arsenal. Have you got any players for them?
I will have Lingard and Cresswell when that happens.
Yeah, I got Saka, but I think I'll be bringing my favourite back in, Antonio. Done so well for me over the last couple of months, so I think he'll be coming back next week.
All I got is Diop and Smith Rowe, but obviously we'll make transfers for that game week. So Tobias, haven't you got a quiz for us?
Yeah, so I think we're going to do this every week. I think we're going to have someone in charge of quiz and do like a rolling score until the end of the season. Alternate who hosts it. So I've gone big this week, and it's fancy football related. Might take a while. You're going to answer one by one. If your answer's right, we keep going. Whoever answers the question wrong first loses, okay? But there's 51 players that have scored 100 points on fantasy football this season. So there's 51 players. We're going to alternate between you. And you're going to
right, okay, I get it.
Okay, name me a player. So I'll start with Haz.
Salah.
Yep.
Son.
Yes.
Kane.
Yes.
Richarlison.
Ooh. Oh. Russ has gone early. He's gone early.
Surely he hasn't.
He's gone early, Russ. Charleston's not on the list.
He's not got 100.
Let me double check. Richarlison's not on the list. Oh,
that's not
shocking.
Oh,
you gotta go big.
Strikers, you got Kane, Bamford, Vardy, Calvert-Lewin, Wilson, Watkins, Firmino, Shea Adams, Werner, Martinez, Pope, Edison, Lloris, Cancelo, Wan-Bissaka, Diaz, Creswell, Robos. So many players, Russ.
What's Richarlison on then?
It's a 92. I just looked it up. Because he got.
Go big.
I captained him 2 weeks ago, and that got me 34 points. So I'm thinking, surely 34 points in one game week. He's got 100 the whole year. Especially when
you gotta go big first, bro.
Yeah, but when Calvert-Lewin's been injured.
I thought I was going to go on for a while, but score 1-0 to Haz then. We'll have, I think Haz is going to host next week to come up with a quiz for us, but there's 1-0 to Haz for that. Unlucky, Russ.
I can't believe he hasn't got 100 yet. How's he not?
God,
I can't believe you got to go big, then you got to go for them, haven't you? Surely.
How is he smaller than Bamford?
Bamford scored goals.
Yeah, Bamford scored
How many goals has Bamford scored? Loads.
I bet he's in the top 5 top scorer.
Yeah, probably, but I don't think he's done much recently.
Bamford's the second highest scoring striker in the game after Kane.
Yeah, and he hasn't scored in the last 2 weeks. And Richarlison came to mind in the last 2 weeks.
Charleston's only scored 2 goals in the last 2 weeks. When did he score the rest of the season? He's only got 1 or 2. The Calvert-Lewin's outscored him.
He probably has. But he's just been fit all year. So I think an assist as well. That gets you points.
Well, Russ has bottled that game. Yeah. So 51 players to choose from. Oh, Russ. Well done, Hasboy.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Good little quiz that was. Thought it'd go on longer, but it's fine. All right, guys. So that's all we got time for today. Hope you enjoyed our first podcast. So thank you for listening. Give our Twitter a follow. And give us a subscribe if you can. It'd be good for us. We'll be back next week for more similar sort of stuff. And if you want us to put anything in, any segments you think will be good for us, then let us know. All right, cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Yeah.
See you next week.
And this how we gonna do it. Dale.